Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, providing more than 41,000 jobs in the production of wood pallets, railroad ties, white oak barrels, hardwood floors, and more. Details at choosewood.com.
Welcome to St. Louis on the Air. I'm Sarah Fenske. Yes, the NFL pulled out of St. Louis before the Rams made the 2019 Super Bowl. And sure, the Cardinals choked in this year's playoffs. But there's a new sports club in town, and they're winning championships across the nation. The sport they're playing is cricket. Invented in England, it later spread throughout the world thanks to the long tentacles of the British Empire. Today, it has a huge following in former British colonies, including Pakistan, Australia, and India. And thanks to the American Cricket Academy and Club, it's absolutely thriving in Wentzville, Missouri. Here to tell us all about our local cricket scene is Ajay Jhamb. He's the founder and president of American Cricket Academy and Club. Ajay, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ajay, for those of us who don't know much about cricket, we kind of think of it as maybe being something like baseball. Is that a fair description?
It's pretty close at the high level. It's very, very similar to baseball. It's bat and ball game. When you go into the details, of course, there is a difference.
And what are the main differences?
The main difference is there is no foul ball. You can hit the ball around the park, and you have to bounce the ball. So that's a little different. And the bat is flatter, so you can hit the ball far. It's easier to hit.
When you say that you're bouncing the ball, the pitcher is bouncing the ball.
So pitcher is bouncing the ball. They can give a flat, but since the bat is bigger, it's much easier to hit if the ball comes straight. So like to bounce the ball, spin the ball, curve the ball. So there are a lot of variations, just like you watch the wrist of the pitcher to judge the length of the ball. And yes, it's very similar too. There are catchers, there are tags. Tags is not to a person, but to the stumps, to the bases. And most of the runs are made between the two bases. So it's a very, very team-oriented game. You need to be dependent on your partner to score runs, make runs. It's a lot of fun.
For those of you listening at home, we're wondering, do you enjoy cricket? What about the game do you find appealing? You can give us a call at 314-382-8255. That's 382-TALK. Or you can send us a tweet at STL on air or email us at talk@stlpublicradio.org. We're actually joined today by two of your young cricket players. The first one is Taine Dry. He's a 15-year-old 10th grader at Principia High School, and he plays cricket with Ajay's club. Taine, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
And we're here today with Pooja Ganesh. She's an 11-year-old 6th grader at Crestview Middle School and also plays with Ajay's club. Pooja, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Taine, what got you into playing cricket?
Well, I grew up in Australia, so there obviously cricket's a lot bigger. And when we moved to the US 5 years ago, I was looking for a club to play in, and I found ACA. So from there, just continuing to be with the club as it grew and working with the team and just growing as a cricket player.
And Pooja, what's your story? When did you start playing?
I started playing when I saw it on TV, and I really wanted to play it because it looked really fun, and I wanted something to do.
And where were you seeing it on TV? Was this on cable? Or I feel like I don't regularly see this on the network news.
Well, my dad likes cricket, and so he just plays it on the TV from his phone, and I saw it, and I got really excited to play.
And so for your parents, it sounds like your dad is a cricket fan. Was he excited that you had decided to give this a chance?
Yeah, he likes cricket a lot, so he likes coaching and stuff.
So, Taine, you were playing in Australia, and you obviously liked it enough that you wanted to seek it out here. What made you decide to stick with cricket rather than, say, transitioning to something like baseball, where it might be easier to find a league right in your backyard?
I just had a passion for cricket, and the game is just, I just love it. Everything about it. You can just do so much. Like, you can be the pitcher and the batter, and I'm a batter and we call a catcher. So just the involvement in everything and just the team aspect, how one person can't do everything. Mm-hmm. You need to depend on your teammates.
So it's all about teamwork. Ajay, so Taine mentioned the growth that this club is seeing. I understand it's been pretty monumental. When did you get this thing going?
So we had like Taine, Pooja, we had around 6 kids at the initial stages, and we just wanted to have, as parents are very, very fond of the sport. They wanted to grow. They wanted to see their kids playing. So it started with around 6 kids in 2015. And it's just like to see their kids playing the sport they love, all the word of mouth in the friend circle. I've been in St. Louis from last 20 years, so we knew folks, we had an adult league where we used to play, and it just caught on. And the key thing for us was we didn't want to just be another cricket club where, you go in, you start in, and you're dependent on a couple people to run it. We wanted to set some founding values and wanted to make sure that this builds a legacy. If we go back in the history, St. Louis used to have one of the best teams in early 1900s, right?
Is that right?
Yeah. So Forest Park, where there was a cricket field, there is a cricket lane there, and teams from England, Australia used to come here and play. So we went through that history with kids, and we said, you know what, we want to do it. We want to do it right and do it for a long term. So we founded ACA based on key three pillars. First was the character, then community, and then cricket. So we said this is our chance to connect back to the community, build a kid's character, and of course we'll play cricket in the right way. So that's why you see all the parents are volunteers. So there is, we don't need to ask outside for help because we have such a fantastic community support within the cricket. And all these parents, when they come over here, somebody is mowing the grass, over there on the field. Somebody is cleaning, somebody is coaching. So we all got involved and raised funds to set up the basic infrastructure for these kids.
So you mentioned you started with 6 kids in 2015. How many kids do you have a part of this today?
So we have registered more than 300 kids.
More than 300? That's a huge growth.
Huge growth. And plus, we do a lot of school. So Rockwood School District and Parkway have taken cricket. And now we are with Principia. Principia is going to be where we are going to have our first cricket field in school. So it's going to be a true international experience you are going to get with boarding facility and all. So we are partnering with schools, so that's separate. So thousands of kids, you will see playing
so
in
that's
Rockwood.
in addition to the 300.
To 300, yeah.
Wow. So Taine, this is really taking off at your school. Is that related at all to the fact that you've been such a fan of it, or?
Yeah, I think partly because my dad works at the school, so we've been able to kind of work together with ACAC and bring that community here as well.
Do you initially get some skepticism from kids going, I don't want to learn this new sport. What even is cricket?
A little bit, yeah. A lot of people mix it up with croquet.
And they're much different.
Yeah, very, very different. But, I think, if they give it a shot, let's see how fun it really is.
Now, AJ, I understand that at this point, boys are paying a fee to participate, but girls are playing for free. What's the reasoning on that?
The reason for that was we wanted more girls athletes. We have a team, Team USA. We have both men and women participation. We have done very well even at the national level in last 2-3 years. So not just the story of St. Louis, but the story of U.S. cricket is shaping, and it's coming to life, and we need more girls cricketers. There is a serious chance we don't have enough, and for me personally, for the academy, that's our dream to see Pooja wearing, playing for Team US and wearing US colors.
Pooja sounds like she's a pretty talented player.
Yes, she is one of the best athletes. She plays up till U13, even though she is 11. In the country, she has done very well. Her team has won almost every championship this whole season.
Pooja, what do you think it's going to take to get more girls willing to give cricket a chance?
Well, first you have to tell them about it because they won't know, and it's a really fun sport. So they'll obviously come and play cricket.
Have you tried to recruit some of your friends from school?
Yeah. Well, some of them played in the inter-school tournament.
Okay, so you got them on board.
Yeah.
Are they hooked the way you're hooked?
Kind of.
Yeah, maybe getting there.
Yeah, so Pooja mentioned about inter-school tournament. So what that is, that we started 3 years back. That is where all the schools come in. The PE teachers run the program. They're not academy kids. The PE teachers bring the team and we do an inter-school. So there are a lot of schools in Rockwood, Parkway School District, Andrews Academy, Principia, So there is a healthy competition between the schools coming up. And Pooja also has a team from, she used to have from Wild Horse. Now she will have from Crestview. So that's a fantastic way of getting the kids who have never experienced. It's not a pressure environment. It's a fun tournament. And to come and experience a new sport, So we have been fantastic. fantastic support we have got from the educators also, because it's such a team sport.
And at this point, where are you finding these opponents?
So the opponents right now are cricket usually is big in Bay Area, of course in East Coast, so huge in New Jersey, New York.
But not so much Missouri.
But surprisingly, St. Louis, the town, the way we are, when community gets together, we are big enough that we can do major big things, and we are a sporting town, and we are small enough that we have a community sense. So, say ACA is considered as one of the best cricket academies in the country. The reason for that is our community, St. Louis. We are the only academy who got in, was able to get their own land, build their own park for kids. And that happened because of the sporting nature and all the support we have got through corporates, through volunteers here. And St. Louis that's the reason we are competitive now. We're not just competitive, we are winning tournaments. 3 years back, if you would have told me that we can compete with Houston or California, New York, I would not have, it was a belief, but we would not have been able to come. Yes.
Well, Ajay Jhamb, it's great to hear about the American Cricket Academy and Club. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And Taine Dry and Pooja Ganesh, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is St. Louis on the Air on St. Louis Public Radio, 90.7 KWNU.
Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, providing more than 41,000 jobs in the production of wood pallets, railroad ties, white oak barrels, hardwood floors, and more. Details at choosewood.com.
St. Louis Public Radio's The Gateway gives you the day's news first thing every weekday morning. From the ever-evolving relationship between St. Louis City and County to developments in the Missouri and Illinois state capitals and reports from our correspondents in Rolla and the Metro East. We put it all in a roughly 10-minute package with clarity and context. Download The Gateway wherever you get podcasts.